When San Diego County voters look at their November ballots, most will see at least one school bond measure. Some will see as many as three. That's because 11 county school districts and community colleges have bonds on the ballot, the most in any one election since at least 1990. And the largest bond in the county and the state is San Diego Unified's Proposition Z. The district is asking voters to raise property taxes to pay for $2.8 billion in borrowing and repayment costs. Laura Duzick heads business administration for the County Office of Education. She says there's at least one simple reason for the school bond glut.
There is no money available at the state, or very, very little. So any kind of renovations, anything that they need to do in their facilities, they have to go to the people because they don't have any operating dollars or dollars from the state to do this.
In 2009, the state did away with funding set aside for maintenance costs and reduced the amount districts have to save for repairs. San Diego Unified got voters to approve another bond, Proposition S, just 4 years ago. But schools trustee Scott Barnett says the recession undermined the housing values Proposition S relied on.
If a house was worth $400,000 when Prop S was passed and maybe generating $240 a year in tax revenue, that house might be worth $300,000 now and is only generating $180 a year. So there's less revenue available to pay off the Prop S bonds.
Without a new bond, Barnett says unfinished Proposition S projects like University City High School's new track, new lighting, gym upgrade, and improved accessibility will have to be put on hold. Or the district would have to use riskier forms of debt that count on housing values skyrocketing in the future. But that doesn't satisfy Cate at the San Diego Taxpayers Association, who says many of the projects, like repairing building facades or replacing roofs, were supposed to happen under the last bond.
We would ask them to actually finish the projects first before coming back and asking voters for more money.
At least 3 other bonds on the San Diego County ballot in November are efforts to raise more revenue in areas where property values have fallen and brought previous bond projects to a halt. But even when districts have the money to fund repairs, Duzick says bonds for facility upgrades are inevitable, especially now.
No matter how much work you do, facilities continue to wear over time, and they have to constantly be modernized, upgraded, and there's infrastructure issues if you're moving into technologies.
Upgrading school technology was part of San Diego's last bond, and it'll be part of the new bond too. Barnett says those are costs the district didn't even know would exist when it drew up a long-term facilities plan almost 20 years ago.
But the point is, out of $380 million that we spent on Prop S to date, $250 million of that have been spent on projects, repairing facilities, upgrading facilities, major maintenance, those types of things. About $100 million has been spent on computer back-of-the-house technology, wireless, wiring and all that, and about 40 to 50 million has been spent on actual computer technology.
Cate says that spending on things like computers and iPads should raise a red flag for taxpayers when they consider Proposition Z.
And they're doing the same thing again. And granted, the technology is important, but should you be funding iPads and laptops with 40-year bonds?
All 11 of the bonds voters will consider during this election include spending on technology. Some may cover only technology infrastructure like wiring, while others also fund the purchase of computers and devices. Tough budget situations may be pushing San Diego and other school districts to the ballot box this November, but Duzick says this isn't a bad time to borrow, and she says they can benefit from lower construction costs thanks to a still sluggish housing market.
They can get more for their money if they can get money now. Plus, the long-term interest rates is a great time it's an opportunity for them to borrow at a lower cost and also get the building done that they need at a cheaper cost.
With 2 dueling statewide tax increases on the ballot, school districts are still betting voters will see value in borrowing for school construction and repair now.